What up guys, how are you guys doing? I'm Talis and we're back with another how to slice. In today's how to slice video, we're going to be checking a awesome skate park. So let's go. So this is the police car ramp. As you can see, this is a really nice model to print and to play with. So in this video, we're going to be checking out the best print settings to print this. So let's go. So first off, right here, let's take a look at the parts. So we got the police car right here, the ramp. So we can be attaching 4 ramps to this car. So one on the side right here, another one on this side, one on the front and one on the back. So we can be printing 4 ramps like this one. So this is the flat ramp right here. And this is the ramp structure. So this looks quite nice. You can just print the flat ramp and insert it right here. So we're gonna have to print 4 of this one and 8 of these pins as it shows in the file. First off, let's start with the police car. So let's go to the print settings. Over here in layer height, we're gonna be printing this model at 0.2 millimeters. As this is a big model, we do not need to reduce it. So we're going to have a really nice quality print with a really fast print. So we do not need to worry with that at all. Going over to perimeters, we're going to be printing at 3 perimeters just to have a really rigid model. And over here, we're going to be increasing to 10% just so we can get a dense model print. We're going to be printing this at gyroid infill pattern because gyroids are really nice infill and reduces the chance of your print failing while printing the infill because it prints in waves. So your printer never goes on a straight line. This reduces the chance of resonancy. So it's going to help a lot while printing. Going over here to skirt and brim, this model does not need any brim because it's got a good surface of contact to the build plate, so we do not need to worry with that at all. Going over to the print settings right here on support material, we're going to be adding support material. So we're going to be adding support material to the car. To show where we're going to need support material, a good way is to slice without adding any software right here. So not changing any configurations right here. So making none of the not changing this value. So let's just slice and see where the slicer is going to show where it needs support. And after that, we're going to be printing and painting on some support. So let's slice. So as you can see, we have sliced and it shows a warning that it really needs support. So let's take a look. So these parts right here in blue are where they're most critical. So this is a bridge, a long bridge that it's warning that we need support. So if we go down the layers, you see where the parts are bridging. So right here, so it's not printing mid-air, but it's doing a long bridge. So it does recommend us printing and adding a little bit of support. This part right here, this is an arc right here, but we got a bridging. See, this is a bridge. So if you want, we can be adding support. So to be safe, we're going to be adding support to every part that it's alarming us. So as you can see right here, it does not need any support. It doesn't show any critical parts right here. So I think we can be printing without any support. So this is great. We're just going to be adding some supports right here. This inner parts that it's going to connect the pins and this under part right here. So let's go back and now go over, just select our model and go to paint on support. This way, another way to see where we need support, sometimes by slicing, it's better to see, but we can just add right here until 30, so 30 degrees right here. All the parts that are in, so in purple, it's parts that are most critical. So right here, it shows that this part's critical, this is critical. this part right here is touching the build plate. This is critical, so we're going to be adding some support. To do that, let's just increase the brush size. So first we're going to be adding some support in this under part. This is a bridge, but it's better to add support and have a good print. So let's just add some support. You can be a little bit rough sometimes because we're gonna be adding a, in this case, let's just select right here. So select all of the inner parts. We can be a little bit rough while adding some support right here because this is a bridge. You could be printing without any support. This is a quite small bridge, but it's recommended that on not too stable printers we add a little bit of support. It's always better to add support. It's better to print. I always recommend printing, have your prints print slowly and with support to make sure you got a good print than having to print multiple times, printing it fast and having a fail multiple times. So now we have added some support in this inner part. I'm going to be adding some support right here to help with the arc. So printing the inside right there. Let's go to the other side. So add just a tiny dot. If you mess something up, you can just go over to Shift and delete. So this is quite nice. So we can just giving a little bit of some support right here in this part. I'm gonna be adding a little bit of support right here. It's not recommend, you do not need. I'm just going to do that just to get a good quality print. Sometimes this overhangs quite steep. It's a really small part. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of support right here, just to make sure. It's better to be safe than sorry. So perfect. This is amazing. So we have added just a little bit of support right here in this inner part. This is great. So let's go back and change the print settings for support. So we're going to be adding support now. Yes, we're going to be selecting a organic support. This is better for curvatures. So for models that are really flat, it's always considered to use a grid. But in this case, there is just an arc. So it's recommended that we use a little bit of organic. It would be better for the lower parts, the under part of the car, to use a grid. But in this case, let's choose organic. Going over right here to top interference layers, we can be reducing to 2 just to make sure and faster. It's easy to remove all of those parts. So this looks quite nice. We just changed a bit. We added do not select auto-generate support because we have painted. So this looks fantastic. Going over to speed, we can be printing this model at the standard print speed, so you do not need to worry with that at all, especially for Babbel printers. Just make sure that your first layer is at a good value, just to make sure that you got a good first layer print, because the first layer is the most important layer, because all of the other layers are going to go on top of this one. So make sure you got a good print. So now let's slice and take a look. So as you can see, we have sliced and we have added some organic support. So this looks fantastic. As you can see, I have missed a spot right here. So we can be adding a little bit of support. It wasn't showing too good in the paint on support. That's why I'm showing you right now, because sometimes I find it easier to slice and see where are the blues to add some support. So I'm gonna go back and add some support. In the paint on support right here, it wasn't showing, see? So this part wasn't showing too good where we needed support. So this is quite nice. That's why I find it easier to slice and see where we need. So as you can see, I have finished adding to all of the parts. the front and back. And now let's go back and slice. So now we have sliced, and it's going to take 16 hours and 16 minutes to print. If we go down the layers, you see that all of the supports are going to help a lot with these. That would be a brim with a really nice part. So we have added some support right here. We have added some support to help it paint these parts right here that would be quite a steep overhang, just to help, and it's going to turn into a really nice model. Let's take a look at the other, so the ramps and the pins. So as for the ramp, the structure of the ramp, the flat part right here that attaches in this top part, and the pin, we're going to be printing multiple of this, so 4 of them and 4 of them too, so we can attach, and 8 pins. So you can be filling your build plate with multiple models. Going over to the print settings, the only thing we're going to change is the support material, because this model, it does not need any support material because it's all optimized for printing. So this overhang your printer can print, and this is a assembly part just to help out without having to add any supports to the ramp or having any weird lines while printing this curvature part. This is why this is a flat. So let's just slice, and you can be printing at this configuration. So as you can see, we have slice. It's going to take 3 hours and 39 minutes. We have printed this before and we did not need any support. But as you can see in this other part, we were able to print it fine. But if you want to make sure, you can be adding support the exact same way we added before. As you can see in the PDF, it does not show that you need support in this part. This is optional, so if you want, you can be adding support. So grab a really nice film that you have laying around and print this model right now. So the models are ready to print. Make sure you check out stlflix.com for more models like this one, and I'll see you in another one.
I hope you guys enjoy it. Those slicing videos are an initiative from STL Academy, which is the educational project from STLFlix. So if you guys want to learn more about 3D printing, you could check our description and look at STL Academy courses. And don't forget, see you guys at the next slicing.